All right, hey, good morning, everybody. Hi, Avery Rose. My daughter's off screen. She's right over there watching some. Miss Rachel, shout out Miss Rachel. Good morning. Welcome to Lace with Dreams. Today, I have a couple things that I brought back from my recent trip to visit family in upstate New York. I have a couple things that I brought home with me out of the garage at my old foster home. So the first thing here is this giant PV amp. I'm pretty sure this is technically a bass amp, but as you can see, it's like very dirty because it's been sitting in a garage for about like 3 years now. And actually, at the time that I had this amp originally, it was like not being used very much because I was kind of unmotivated at that time. So what I want to do is I want to revamp this amp. You know what I'm saying? I want to clean it up and get it like ready to be used again, because I would really like to. I have some instrument mics that I have an album that I want to come out with, and it's gonna be very guitar centric. So I want to use this amp, I think, to record. Like, I'd like to do some like proper instrument mic recording of the amp, and maybe I'll show you guys how that works when I set that up and I start doing it. So this is, let me just do like a quick gear rundown. This is the guitar that I usually play with. It's a Fender Starcaster. I got this when I was about 16, so that would be 8 years ago. It has served me really well. It's a beautiful guitar. I love playing it. It's very easy to play. Now the only thing that's wrong with this guitar now is like the receivers, or what are they called? Not receivers, pickups. These two pickups, if I switch to, I don't know if any of you guys play guitar, you know what this is. This is like a pickup switch, right? So using this switch here, I can go to the different pickups, and going to the different pickups gives me different tones, right? So if I go over here, I'm only getting audio from this pickup. If I put this switch here, it's only this pickup, which means it's the same as only receiving audio from this part of the string, and that's a lot of bass and like mid-range frequency, but mostly it's a bassier, fuller tone. If I go all the way over here, it's only receiving audio from this pickup, and that's very twangy and treble. That's a lot of treble and high-end frequency. This is both of these pickups. This one is obviously like right in the middle. It's like mid-range frequency. So switching there goes to this pickup, these two pickups, and then this pickup. And the problem with this that I have with this guitar after using it for 8 years is that if I either use this pickup or this pickup, I get this really like nasty hum. So I might have to either replace these pickups, or just really what I've been doing, I like to play with these two, and my tone like sounds really good right there, and there's no hum and there's no like buzz or anything, so that's good. Good guitar. Fender's like a really well-known, common, and like renowned company. They make really good guitars, and this one is a lot of fun to play. So, and then I have the other guitar that I use is this. This is a Harmony. I don't know what kind of Harmony it is, but I bought it. I didn't buy it actually. This was given to me by my father for my birthday a few years ago, and it's a little out of tune right now, but it's a nice guitar. It's an electric acoustic, but I don't really use it as an electric at all because I have no, at this time I have no purpose of doing that. But this is a nice guitar too. So this has been what I've been like recording with, making my own little things. I haven't really released much yet, but I plan on, like I said, I plan on coming out with an album. So that's the next step. I'm teetering between like, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Should I release a full should I release a full studio album, like 12 to 16 tracks, or should I do like an EP? Should I do like 6 to 8 tracks? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. So, on the topic on the topic of things I've acquired when I went to New York, so I got this. This is an Aston. This is a nice guitar. We've had this for years. This was like, I actually was gifted this, I think, by someone in my foster family a long time ago. I've had this for longer than, this guitar has been around longer than that Fender Starcaster. And you can see that like we had like Rocksmith on the PlayStation when I was younger, and we put like these stickers here to learn how to play it. Like, I mean, I think I kind of knew where the frets were anyway at the time. And then actually I had a foster brother who created this. This is actually a, like he did this himself, this backing, because there was like this, there was the metal plate on the back. Let me show you on the other guitar. This guitar, if you guys play guitar, you know that there's these little backings here, and that's like an access point for the electronics in the guitar if you need to work on it. And so my foster brother, I think it was my foster, I'm not gonna name drop him, but this was a custom piece that he made in the wood shop at our school. So I think that's kind of cool. It has this little unique, like, you know, kind of like slapstick custom piece on it, and there's duct tape there too. So with this guitar, this has been sitting in a garage for 4 years now. So my plan with this was to revamp it, clean it up, restring it. There's a broken volume knob, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. And so the fixing of this is probably not gonna be it's not gonna be in this video because I don't have time or the resources at the moment. I have to figure out what to do, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I think going to de-string and clean this guitar today and clean that amp. And then the other one that I have is I have this classical guitar. So this classical guitar, this is cool, right? So I'm glad that this came into my possession because I don't play classical guitar. And I already have an acoustic, so I don't need a new acoustic, and I don't play classical. I actually have 2 acoustics because I also have this one that my partner's, whoa, I almost fell. I also have this one that my partner gave us. This is also a Harmony. So that's interesting. It's the same brand as my other one. That one I use for my daughter. So this guitar, I'm gonna de-string this and clean it today, and then eventually I'm gonna restring it. And so what I'm gonna do is, if you guys leave your name, all you have to do is comment on this post. Let's say, just comment classical. If you comment classical in the comments below on this video, I will put your username into a randomizer wheel, and we will spin the randomizer wheel, and whoever it lands on will win this guitar, and I will send it to you. Okay, I'm going to, now I don't know what the implications of that, like I'm doing this kind of like on the fly, so I don't know what the implications of that are for like people who are overseas. So let's hopefully we can practice some patience and we can figure out how that would work for somebody who's not in the United States if you win. But obviously anywhere in the United States, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for me to ship. But if you're not in the United States, put your name down there anyway, just in case, because I would love to figure out how to do that. And I'll spin the wheel with you guys, and it'll be cool. So yeah, that'll be the first giveaway. This is a I don't know what brand it is. It's a Korean-made classical guitar though. For those who don't know, classical guitars have these they're like nylon. I think they're nylon strings. They're different. They're not metal. And also, I think they have wider frets and less frets than a regular acoustic guitar. They have a different tone, but they're kind of cool. So, and if you're looking to learn how to play guitar, or if you already play classical guitar, this would be a good opportunity to get something for free, right? So, like I said, I'm gonna clean it up, and I might not string it because I feel like I'm worried about how shipping this would like affect the strings, so we'll see. But yeah, so where's my wipes? I got my wipes here, Lysol. Let's get started on cleaning up the amp, and then we'll clean up the guitars. So the next thing I'm trying to figure out is how I'm gonna get this cloth clean, because like I almost feel like the wipes might not be good for it. I don't know. Like I want to get it, like I started to wipe it and then, not that anything bad is happening, but like it doesn't seem to be very effective at taking the, like whatever this smudging, I don't even know what this stuff is, whether it's like mildew. Another thing is I haven't even plugged this amp in to see if it works yet. So maybe I should do that next. Let's check. All right, so we're gonna take this plug here. We're gonna plug it in. This is an old style amp. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, yep, it's got power. At the very least, it's got power. I think the next thing I want to do is I want to plug in my guitar and see. Okay, we got the amp plugged in, so let's see what kind of tone we get out of this thing. I have no idea. I haven't played it in such a long time. Got my... Wow, that's bassy. All right, how can we get a clearer? That's a pretty unclear tone, and I don't really... Okay, so we have this, let's go. There's a lot of EQ settings. Let's just set them all to default, just to see what there's a nice little, this has a nice little click for the default setting on it. It's very loud because I have this, and that makes sense because it's a very like large amp. But I have this in the low gain. I have this in low gain with, now it's in default EQ settings. One of these knobs is kind of twisted, so I'll have to be careful at least. But I only have it set to, I have it set on 2 for preamp. I have it set on, let's do 4 for post. It's a very bassy amp. The tone of that, man. I would really like it to be brighter, is the one thing. So let's see if we can turn up the high. Oh, there we go. And let's give it like a mid-high boost. And some mids, cut out some lows. I have my guitar tuned to drop C right now. Okay. All right, so I like the tone of that a lot. Like, I mean, it's a little fuzzy. It's a little, You know, it's a little fuzzy, it's a little like bassy, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. I mess with it. I think it's gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna give it one more go here, trying to get this this last little bit of whatever this stuff is on the on the felt, and then trying to get this here clean. So let's do that real quick. All right, so let's get one last look at this amp here. Now that it's at least mostly clean, so let's check it out. This is, I mean, the front looks like crap because I still, that front, this is just not, it's just not really coming off. I think that some of it might be really like stuck on there, but the rest of the amp is much less dusty. It could use some more cleaning, and I'll probably get on that. But I want to move on to doing the guitars. So, you need help? Okay. Okay. So next is the guitars. So I'm not going to use alcohol or Lysol wipes for the guitars. I'm going to use Swedish dishcloths, which is I have a bunch of those. They're like these paper, like reusable paper towel things, if you've ever heard of them. And I'm going to use a little bit of water just to dust them down. This one is like really, this one's really dusty, so we're gonna have to dig deep. Let's go. That's interesting. Okay, so that would be cool to like, I think I'm gonna try to make a song like that at some point. That would be cool. Like, that's gonna require a lot of practice, but we'll do it. All right, so that's one guitar done. It looks pretty good. Looks nice. It's much cleaner. right? I could, I'm gonna take a vacuum to the inside of it to get it really nice and get the inside all cleaned out, but it looks much better than it did before. Doesn't look brand new. So whoever wins this guitar, remember, comment classical in the comments below, and I will put you in a randomizer wheel and we will see who wins this guitar. That would be awesome. I'm really excited for like that. I want to do more giveaways. My plan is to do like, maybe just like when I cycle, I have this idea that I want to like cycle music equipment. So like my amps, my mixing equipment, keyboards, guitars, that would be cool to like have like an extra guitar. And I just like, whenever I want to swap it out or something, I just give away the old one. That would be cool. So, all right, let's move on to the other guitar now. This guy. This is a Aston. We have to take the strings off first, so let's get into it. So we have run into a small issue here. The issue is that this back, which I'm realizing my foster brother didn't think about this when we made this. These holes here are designed for the string. There's a little knob on the end of the string, and it catches underneath this part of the guitar, this is the bridge. And so when you're removing or replacing strings, you have to be able to put the string into this hole. And thus, when you take the string out, you have to be able to remove the string from this hole. And these, I'm looking at them now, are not lined up with these. I think that he just thought you needed to make holes, which is okay. But I'm not gonna be able to remove these strings without taking off that back panel piece. So before even doing that, I'm just gonna remove all the strings anyway and clean what I can with the strings dangling. And then later on, maybe off camera, I will remove this. But these are gonna be left here for now. All right, so that's finished. Despite some complications with not being able to get the strings all the way out of the guitar, it is way cleaner than it was before. Here's a little like, you can hear my daughter singing in the background. She's so cute. Yeah, this is a nice guitar, man. I know I think that the like little custom work to it and the fact that it's got like, the fact that it's not perfect adds some character to it for sure. I really enjoy that guitar. I think it's gonna be cool. Like once I get it all fixed up, I think it'll be cool to play. I'll have one for a separate tuning. So let me express some of my thoughts and ideas about where to go from here. One of the biggest things on my mind right now is releasing an album. So I want to make some music, release the album, see what you guys think of it. I live in Northern Virginia, so pretty easy for me relatively to find people to hopefully build a band. That would be pretty cool. And then maybe release an album with them under the same artist name which I will tell you guys at a later date. And then the ultimate goal is to tour. So hopefully by next fall, I want to be on the road playing live shows. So a lot of work has to go into producing this album, building a band, rehearsing, creating another album, having a set list, etc., etc. I've never done this before, but I've learned in my time on this earth that it's important for us to set goals. Those goals should be pretty lofty sometimes, but realistic. And you know, the power of letting go and having trust that things are going to work out, that things are going to come to you is very, very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And I've heard from some of you guys already, especially some people in the Discord channel, or the Discord server, which you can find in the description below. I've heard from some of you guys that you've had similar experiences to me, where it seems like things just kind of fall into place if you put it out there and you accept that it's going to come to you. We put it out there and we trust in the universe, we trust in God, we trust in ourselves, and these things come to us, right? You know, that's happened to me, and the biggest part of that is that you have to find appreciation and find gratefulness for even small things that come into your life. Because if you're always looking at the bigger picture, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, and not taking appreciation for the small things in life, then you're going to miss out on what kind of abundance does actually come to you. Like, for example, last year I was talking about, my daughter's two now, and I skateboard, and I love the idea of getting her into skating, you know, in a healthy way without pushing her or forcing her to do it. And so obviously my next step in that was to get her a penny board, a little orange skateboard, penny board for her to ride. And I was at the time, and I still kind of am, I was very strapped for cash. Money was kind of tight, and you know, I didn't have the extra money, even though I know they're cheap, but I didn't have the money or time to go out and get a penny board. So I said, you know, I want this for my daughter, and I'll have it when it's time for me to have it. And a couple weeks after I said that, I went to the skate park and I was skating around, just hanging out. Like, my partner was here watching my daughter for me, like the amazing woman that she is. And when I was at the park, some guy came up and he was like, "Hey, does anybody need these penny boards?" He had like 4 or 5 penny boards that he was just giving out to people, because he's like, "I don't need them anymore, and I just wanted to give them out, so I'll leave them here." And lo and behold, now I have a skateboard for my daughter. And I've had multiple experiences like that, and people have been telling me about their own experiences where the same thing happens. And see, I could look at that and, you know, I could just gloss over it and say, you know, "Oh, this is whatever, it's just a penny board. Like, it doesn't, you know, I'm not living in a bigger house, I don't have a nicer car, I don't have a blah, blah, blah." And, but even though that's something small, that is the definition of you ask and you shall receive. As long as you have trust. As long as you have trust and you are open to love, you're open to receiving things. That's the mindset. Is you have to have an optimistic outlook on life. You have to be willing to be generous and caring and kind and grateful for other people. Not because you have to be careful, because you don't want to be that way just because you want something. That's the trap that we fall into sometimes, is we say, well, I do all of this, and I show love for people, and I give things away, and I donate money to charity and stuff, but nothing ever comes to me. And it's because you have that mindset that because I do these things I deserve some sort of reward, or I deserve something in exchange for what I've done or how I've acted towards other people. And the fact of the matter is that you don't deserve it. That's the truth, is that you don't deserve, just because you give money away, or just because you donate to charity, or donate your clothes, or do community service, doesn't mean that you deserve anything in exchange. And that's the trap that you fall in, because when you're in a mindset that says, well, I deserve something in exchange for this, or in return for what I've done, then you are closing yourself off from that abundance. You're closing yourself off from receiving that. So, just some random thoughts. So on another topic, again, comment in the comments below, type classical, just the word classical, all right? And I will put your name into the wheel, and we will spin to see who's going to win this classical guitar. And you know, like I said, this is my first time doing a giveaway, so I'm not entirely sure how it's gonna work out yet. But whoever wins, I want to, you know, work with you. So probably we'll start, like, once you win the spin, we'll start talking on Discord about how we're gonna get the guitar to you. And then in the future, over time doing this, practicing, it's gonna become easier, right? So I plan on doing a lot of giveaways whenever I have something that I don't necessarily need, or maybe even in the future, literally going and getting things on purpose so that I can give them away, because I just think that would be a really cool idea for especially like music stuff, you know? So at that, we now have a big amplifier, a clean guitar for me to put in an alternate tuning, and we have a classical guitar, cleaned, de-stringed, for me to give away to you guys. So again, comment classical below this video for a chance to win that guitar. And that would be, you know, really cool. It's a really cool, like, starter guitar for somebody who doesn't know how to play yet, or is still learning how to play, or somebody who does play but likes to play classical, you know? So, all right, at that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Much love to all of you. I'm incredibly grateful for you, for this community. Again, in the description below this video, there's a link to a Discord server. The Discord server is called The Conscious Path. You know, the community put that together for me, and it is really a beautiful place full of like-minded people. I'm in there all the time. We do voice calls. You can talk to me, talk to other awesome individuals, and it's okay. You all right? Okay. I'll come help you in a minute, okay? All right, much love to all of you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy holidays. Much love.